Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and I'm going to be counting down my top Call of Duty games from Call of Duty 4 onward. I'll be basing my opinion on things like which multiplayer I enjoyed the most, best story, etc, etc. And like last time, I'll be starting with my least favorite and working my way up to my most favorite. Here we go, my least favorite is Call of Duty Black Ops 1, and it boils down to two things. The story didn't impress me, it was a horrible Manchurian Candidate knockoff, and the multiplayer was, without a doubt, the least balanced multiplayer in any of the Call of Duties that I've played so far. Basically, I hated the multiplayer because if you weren't using the FAMAS or the AKS-74U, well, you may as well not have been playing. Next up is definitely World at War, because by the time that came out, I had already played Call of Duty 4, and I loved the modern setting, didn't really want to go back to World War II. I didn't like most of the guns, I wasn't a big fan of the semi-auto rifles, and let's face it, the kill streak with the dogs was just bullshit. I will say the story was okay. And yes, Call of Duty World at War did add the zombie mode, but that just wasn't enough for me. It was fun, and it was probably the best thing in the game, but when only one of your modes is really fun for a person, then After that is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. While I really enjoyed the story, I found it pretty interesting. I didn't enjoy it as some of the others. And I found the multiplayer just really, really boring. I don't know why. I mean, the exoskeletons pretty much eliminated camping, but something about it just didn't draw me in. I'll also say that they nerfed the support streaks. I'm not a big kill streak guy, I'm generally a support streak guy, and they shit upon those in Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare also committed what I consider a cardinal sin, and that is not enough guns. I personally love to have a lot of options when it comes to guns. Give me 10 SMGs, give me 10 assault rifles, give me 10 of everything to pick from. That having been said about Advanced Warfare, I will say that it had a much better story than my next game, which is Call of Duty Ghosts. I'll say it flat out, Call of Duty Ghosts had a straight up awful story, and it felt like it was just trying to capitalize on the popularity of the character Ghost. The story did nothing to draw me in, and I just kind of worked my way through it, and that was it. I didn't really enjoy it. Having crapped upon the single player, I will say this, I really enjoyed the multiplayer. It fit my style. You could run and gun if you wanted to, but you could also take a much slower approach, and I think that was mostly due to the way the maps were designed. I found myself taking the time to pie corners, taking things a little more tactically, and it worked out pretty well for me. And I'll say this, guns! Lots of guns! It was awesome! Next up is Modern Warfare 3, and this will be a short one because while it was good and it continued the story that I fell in love with, it didn't do a lot to improve on Modern Warfare 2. While it was fun, the story was good, it just didn't add anything, it didn't do anything to really wow me and set itself apart greatly from Modern Warfare 2. I will say I enjoyed the story and I found the conclusion awesome. I thought it was a good way to wrap up the Modern Warfare story arc. Next up is Modern Warfare 2. It continued the story from Call of Duty 4, did a good job at that, brought back some characters we really enjoyed, and it introduced some franchise favorites like Ghost. Obviously, there were new weapons, but it also introduced the Spec Ops mode, which was an awesome co-op thing. Now, my second favorite Call of Duty is absolutely Black Ops 2, and it's not for the story, despite the fact I did find it interesting and I did enjoy jumping from the past into the future. I thought that was pretty cool. But the part that I absolutely loved the most about Black Ops 2 was the multiplayer. I think it was the most balanced multiplayer of any of the Call of Duties. And it is, without a doubt, my favorite Call of Duty multiplayer. The only multiplayer I sank more time into is my number one pick, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I sank a ridiculous amount of time into the multiplayer. It's really the game that brought me into multiplayer gaming. But not only that, I loved the story, and it kicked off an awesome story arc. I just can't say enough good things about the game, quite frankly. One thing I loved was it was a modern shooter, and that really ended the reign of the World War II shooter, which I think lasted way longer than it should have. I'm aware I didn't go into much detail. This is just a short list compiling brief reasons as to why I thought one Call of Duty is better than another. And I'll say this, I love the Call of Duty franchise. Apart from World at War, which, yes, it introduced the zombie mode, and that was a lot of fun. Just the rest of the game was not fun enough for me. And then you had Black Ops 1, which, it was just crap. The multiplayer was so awful, the story wasn't that impressive, which is sad, because if you haven't seen the original Manchurian Candidate, you should, because it's a great story. Apart from those two games, I either really enjoy the Call of Duty games, or even up to love some of them. I think it's a great franchise, so this wasn't all that easy for me, but hey, it is what it is, and this is just my thoughts on it. So, now you know which my favorite Call of Duty is. What's your favorite Call of Duty? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, and if you like what I'm doing in general, subscribe. Have a good one.